Hey y'all, it is Asia, the fumbling farmer out here, just doing a early August garden tour. Um, so it's gonna be, I think, a short video. I don't think it's gonna be very exciting. So we'll see what we find. I'm just gonna show you the corn quickly. So that's going on there. It's just kind of all turning brown. And the green beans in the middle are still doing okay, but I have to pull the corn out. I'm having a lot of trouble here. I'm gonna walk over there, pulling the corn out though, because I have to wait. Maybe I should do it now. We got a lot of rain, but the corn has these crazy roots, right? And they're like in there like a baobab tree or something, but their roots are like holding them down, which I guess is what they're supposed to do. In the meantime, I try to just pull them up, and usually like plants in the garden, you go and pull them up and they just go bloop and they come out, but those ones got some deep roots. So I'm gonna have to struggle with those a little bit. Let's see what else we got going on here. This random tomato plant had a tomato on it. You can see the little ends there of it, and I think a squirrel got it because it was disappeared completely, so it wasn't an insect or anything. All right, I'm waiting for these two big old tomatoes here to turn. I think that one's kind of got a little pinkish tint to it. You can see it more on the camera than you can. This one, waiting for that big one to turn. But other than that, a lot of small cherry tomatoes that are still green, going up and up and up. But I just harvested yesterday or the day before. There's kind of a big one turning a little bit pink, so I'll probably come and pick that off soon. I haven't seen any more examples of hornworms anywhere lately. And the other one, let's see if I can get in there. The poor little, those are the eggs or the little cocoons from the wasp, but the hornworm is completely disintegrated. Okay, let's see what else we got. My squash is here. I haven't been taking care of it that much because I've been out and about and trying to get the last of summer. So here's one that I should have tied it up much sooner, and so you can see that it just split over in half kind of thing. And it's still gonna grow, like they still keep on growing, it's just gonna be a lot slower and stuff. So there's a couple that have done that. So that's the lesson we learned from the squash, that if you don't come out almost probably weekly, if not several times a week, then it will just split and start growing downwards, because that's what it wants to naturally do, is just grow along the line. This one here is tied up, but this should be kind of closer. See, it started to split here, and then I got it tied up in time. So that's that. Let's see, anything going on in here? Nope, not too much producing. And I need to come out and fertilize too. I haven't fertilized in a while. But a tiny yellow squash coming in there. This is lemon balm, little zinnias, that's what they're called. The last video I couldn't remember. My dill is flowering, so a little flowering dill, and it smells so good, nice and dilly. The potatoes are all shriveling up. I don't know though if because they're just shriveling up from insect attacks or if they're ready to be picked. So at some point I'm going to dump out this bag into a wheelbarrow and see if anything's going on. Here's my peppers. So this one has a pepper on it here, and then the basil's in here, and there's more peppers in here. Basil smells good. I keep pinching off the top so it doesn't start flowering. My eggplant, I cut some of the leaves off the bottom that were not doing well, and now it's starting to kind of let off more blossoms here at the top again. You can see them back in there. So that's that. And then the peppers are finally turning orange. So this is supposed to be an orange pepper, and then that one has a bug bite in it in the back there, but I think I'll probably still pick it and cut it out. And then my candy cane pepper back here, see how it has like those stripes? That's why it's called a candy cane pepper. But it also looks like something got to it on the side there. Grr. Alright, there's another little pepper right there. Candy cane pepper, has those stripes to it. They're sweet peppers, they're good. There's some more bell peppers forming there and in the back over there. Okay, my zucchini is still coming along. I pulled a zucchini the other day. See, there's a, let's see if I can help find it on the video camera. Sorry, this is, la la la, I don't see you. Where are you? Where's my finger? Okay, there we are. There's a zucchini that hasn't blossomed yet. It's not ready yet even. Hopefully that one, this is the female and this is the male. And hopefully this one, they'll be ready at the same time so they can pollinate and get pollinated. The other zucchini, I did this thing where, you know where the squash vine borer was? You see how the squash vine borer here? I dug it out and then I just left this exposed and let it do its thing, and I mean it's doing fine. And then this one here though, I dug out the vine borer, but then I buried it underneath the soil just to see if that would kind of help it grow better. So that's doing fine too, I guess. And carrots are over here, just kind of carroting along. If you move this, you can see the carrot right here, but I don't want it to come up yet, because it'll look like this on the top. See, it'll look like that and you'll be like, ooh, that's a carrot right there, let me pull it up. And then you'll pull it and it'll be like this little tiny thing. So that's annoying. Alright, and then we have our whole trellis situation. So that's coming along over here. And we have one Kajari melon growing in there. And then there's a couple cucumbers forming up towards the top. Sorry, trying to get all these leaves out the way. Let's see what else we got. We got tomatoes climbing up the trellis. We got this acorn squash hanging down. We have a second Kajari melon, so they are, let me see if I can get both of them. There are the two of them together. So, two little melons growing in there. I'm hoping to get more because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants. So I'm hoping to get more. Alright, what else we got going on here? This is the first acorn squash that ever happened. That's here. The other day I saw a squash vine borer moth, because it's actually like a moth. It was bigger than I thought it would be. Like whenever I saw pictures of it, I thought it would be like a small kind of thing, but this one was like big. I tried to capture it in a leaf and mush it, but it got out and it got away. But I've also been having to out vine borer stuff. Like I don't know if I need to go back in here and check it out. But it looks like something has hollowed that out. I got one big fat juicy one out, and that might be that one, but it looks like there's some more damage from it here. So I'm definitely gonna have to go back and look. I think it got one of my cucumber plants too, because one of them isn't doing well. But I love these little cucumbers starting to hang down from the top of the trellis. That's what I kind of imagined would happen, that all this fruits would just be hanging down from the trellis. You see a lot of the cucumber plants are turning yellow leaves though, and they're pretty much done. I mean, they're still making cucumbers. I made 2 batches of pickles, bread and butter pickles. That's my other acorn squash. I made 2 batches of bread and butter pickles, so that's about, it came out to be 1, 2, 3, 6, 7.5 jars of pickles. So I've been giving them away to people too, so that they're not really hanging around at my house. But I could open up a jar and just like finish that thing off in a day. And I like weird combinations. Like I do popcorn and apple slices. I don't know why. I just like the sweet and the salty and the dry and the wet, and something like just, it's good for me. And so I like pickles with crackers, like Ritz crackers. So the bread and butter pickles especially, I'll take the little slice, put on top of my Ritz cracker, and just dum dum dum. So good. Okay, anyway, so that's what I've been doing with my cucumbers. But I think that that season is coming to an end, because this is, my cucumbers are looking a little rough. There's one back there I can probably pick soon. But at this point, I think I might just be using cucumbers kind of in salads and things, because they are looking a wee bit rough. All right, what else do I got to show you? I love that acorn squash. That's actually the nice sized one. I have cilantro going here. And cilantro, as many of you know, if you just let it go to flower and go to seed, you will get coriander, which is a spice that lots of people use in their cooking. So these are coriander seeds, so I can either harvest these and use them as a whole thing, or I can grind them into a powder and use them like that. All right, these are my chives. And then remember I found like that random plant growing in my jar, and I was like, I think it's a tomato ground cherry. So I did go and plant it in the soil back here. And look at all those little ground cherries, but something has discovered it likes ground cherries, so it's been back here chewing on them before they're even ready. But anyway, that's what it looks like. Inside is this little ball thing, and then it's supposed to turn yellow, and when it turns bright yellow and this outer casing will turn brown and it will fall to the ground, then you know it's ready to eat. So usually what I do is I come around and I just shake the leaves, and then anything that's pretty much ripe will fall to the ground and I can pick it up right away. Because if you leave stuff on the ground, if it falls, like, then the slugs and whatever else will come and grab at it and get it. So it looks like they're coming around here, which I'm happy about because I was not expecting to get one of those this year. All right, final place to show you is the watermelons. My daughter just came to the door to say it's time to take her to Taekwondo, but I'm just gonna bring you to the watermelons really quick first, and then we'll get gone. All right. Walking along. Oh, this other plant out here, remember the tomato plant that was struggling? The pot, and then I was like, let me repot it and see if that helps, and it has helped a lot. It's not having all that yellow growth on the leaves that it was having. It is looking pretty good. Has some new green growth coming and making new tomatoes. One thing I'm noticing, look at that. What is that? I don't know what you are, so I'm just gonna pinch you off and throw you away. Okay, so that's kind of what I do. If I'm not sure and it doesn't look good, then I just switch it off. That's Nyla's garden. Ooh, a mosquito just got me in the elbow. I can feel the bump forming. Oh, little butterfly. Hey, buddy. That's nice. Okay, there we go, the watermelon patch. So I pulled out a lot of the borage because it was falling all over the place. There's a little sweet baby watermelon. These are my cosmos are going to seed. So what I usually do is just sprinkle it back in there. This borage continues to grow. Here, one of the watermelons in the thing got nibbled on a little bit. Something nibbled on it here. But I want to leave it there and keep it going. I don't think these are pollinated because it's still there. That one's my biggest one. Is not that big. It's about the size of the Kajari melon, and I don't think they're supposed to be the same size. So watermelon's coming up, but I think I got to figure out something. I think it needs more fertilizer is my thing. I need to give it more fertilizer. Pollination went okay, but it needs more fertilizer. So anyway, that's all I got to show y'all today. I hope you enjoy, and happy gardening, y'all.